There is strength in numbers. Once upon a time, there was a flock of doves that flew far away from their home in search of food. They soon grew tired and hungry and wanted to stop. The Dove King urged them to continue to fly. "Come, come, little ones. I'm sure that we will find food soon if we just fly a little further." On they flew. Soon enough, they did find grain scattered in the forest below them. They all landed and began feasting on the grain. Suddenly, a net fell over them, trapping them. The doves did not know what to do. They started flapping their wings in fright. The hunter was fast approaching to collect his catch. The Dove King said to them, "I have an idea. We must work together. We shall all fly up at the same time. Carry the net with us. Remember now, unity is our only hope." The doves did as they were told. They each lifted a part of the net with their beak and flapped their wings with all their might and rose into the air. The hunter was shocked. He tried chasing the doves for a while, but soon they rose too high in the air. He stood there watching in amazement as his net flew into the air. Once they were some distance away from the forest, the Dove King said, "Half our worries are over. Now we must fly to the kingdoms of mice. My friend the Mouse King will surely help us." The doves flew to the kingdom of mice. When the mice heard the flapping noises, they thought that the hawks were coming to eat them. All the mice hid in their little mice holes. The Dove King called out to his friend, "It's me, the King of Doves. My subjects and I are in trouble. Won't you please come out and help us?" The Mouse King came rushing out when he heard that. He was very upset to see his friend in such a state.
"It will take me a very long time to free you,"
he said.
"I will call up all my subjects to help us."
All the mice set to work, gnawing at the net with their tiny teeth. Slowly, they had made small holes all over the net. The grateful doves climbed out one by one and stretched their tired wings. The doves thanked the Mouse King and his subjects for freeing them. They also thanked their king. "It's true," said the doves. "There really is strength in numbers." The Mouse Maid. On the banks of River Ganga, there lived several holy men. Their leader was a man of great learning who had magical powers. One day, as he was praying by the side of the river, a tiny little mouse fell into his hands from the beak of a hawk flying above. The holy man was very happy with the mouse. Since he and his wife had no children, he decided to transform the mouse into a little girl. He took the girl home to his wife, who was delighted at having a daughter to love and look after. She is our daughter now. Bring her up with care, said the holy man. Years passed by and the Mouse Maid grew into a very beautiful girl. Soon her parents decided that it was time to get her married. They wanted her to marry the greatest person in the whole world. First, the holy man summoned the sun. On seeing the sun, the girl said, "He is far too bright and hot. I cannot marry him. I want someone better, Father." The sun said, "When the cloud covers my face, I cannot shine. He is therefore greater than me. You might prefer him." So the cloud was summoned. When the Mouse Maid saw the cloud, she said, "No, no! He is far too dark and stormy. I need someone better." Then the cloud said, "The wind blows me wherever he pleases. He is greater than I am." The wind was summoned. He swished around and made howling noises. This frightened the Mouse Maid, and she refused to have him too. But the wind admitted that he was not nearly as strong as the mountain. Try as he would, he simply could not move the mountain. The holy man summoned the mountain. The girl would not have him either. He was far too big and rough. The holy man was beginning to lose his patience. He threw his hands up in the air and said, "Oh, please, mighty mountain, tell me if there's anyone greater than you." The mountain thought long and hard. Finally, in a deep rumbling voice, he said, "I might be larger and stronger than most others, but there is one person who manages to get the better of me. It is the little mouse who bores holes in my base and makes his home there. Finally, the mouse was summoned. When she saw him, the girl squealed with joy. "Father, I shall marry him," she said. "He is perfect for me." So the holy man transformed his daughter back into a mouse. The two got married and went to live in the base of the mountain. The Boy Who Was a Snake. In a little village far away, there lived a Brahmin and his wife. The two were very unhappy because they had no children. One day, at last, the woman had a baby. But strangely enough, the baby turned out to be a snake. Their friends and relatives were shocked and told them to get rid of the snake. The couple did not agree. They loved their son very much, even if he was a snake. Several years passed and the snake grew up. The mother began to think of getting her son married too. One day when the Brahmin came home, he found his wife in tears. "What's the matter?" he asked her. "Why are you crying?" "Oh, our son is old enough to be married, yet no one wants to marry him. Please find him a bride," pleaded his wife. The Brahmin set out to search for a bride for his son. But as soon as a girl found out that his son was a snake, she would get frightened and run away. Finally, the Brahmin went to visit an old friend of his. "What brings you to this town?" his friend asked after he had welcomed him. "What can I say? I have traveled far and wide searching for a bride for my son but have failed," wailed the poor Brahmin. As soon as his friend heard this, he jumped up and exclaimed, "Why did you not say so before? I'll give my daughter as bride to your son." The Brahmin tried to explain about his son, but in vain. In the end, he left for the village with a bride for his son. As the day of the wedding approached, all the neighbors gathered to warn the bride that she was about to marry a snake, but she would not listen to them. The wedding took place. The girl was devoted to her husband, the snake, and did everything that a good wife should. Every night, she would lay him down in a warm and cozy box. One night, the girl saw a handsome young man enter the room. She was terrified and tried to run away, but the man caught her hand and stopped her. "Do not be frightened. It is me, your husband," he said. Seeing that she did not believe him, he transformed into a snake and back into a man. This would happen every night. The man would leave his snakeskin behind and spend time till dawn with his wife. One day, the Brahmin saw what happened through the window. He rushed into the room at once, seized the snakeskin, and threw it into the fire. His son was released at last. He thanked his father for saving him from the terrible curse that had bothered him all his life. The Loyal Mongoose. In a tiny little village, there lived a farmer and his wife and son. The three of them were very happy together. One day, when he was working in the fields, the farmer found a baby mongoose. He decided to take the mongoose home with him. He wrapped it up in a piece of cloth and carried it. When he got home, he gave it to his wife to look after. "Look what I have got," he said. "The mongoose will grow into a fine pet for our son someday." The mongoose was a loyal pet. He would sit by the baby's cradle all day long. But the farmer's wife never trusted the mongoose. She always said, "Someday that creature may harm our son." The farmer did not pay any attention to what she said. One day, the farmer's wife was going to the market. "Look after her son. I will be gone for some time and I do not want to leave him alone with the mongoose," she said. The farmer agreed to stay and watch over his son. After some time, one of his friends came by and convinced him to go for a walk. The farmer had nothing else to do, so he agreed. In a little while, the farmer's wife came home. The little mongoose ran up to her to greet her. She saw that the mongoose had blood on its mouth. "What have you done?" she cried. You have killed my son!" With that, she brought her basket down on the head of the mongoose. The mongoose let out a cry and fell down dead. She ran inside to see her son. She found that he was sleeping peacefully in his cradle and was puzzled. Then she noticed a big snake lying dead in a pool of blood. The mongoose had killed a snake that had come into the house. That was how it had blood on its mouth. The farmer's wife ran out at once. "You saved my son's life by killing the snake," she cried, looking at the mongoose that was now dead. Try as she might, she could not revive it. When the farmer came home, he was very upset. "How could you have been so hasty? If you had only thought to look before acting, our beloved pet would still be with us." The Wise Old Bird. Once upon a time, there lived a flock of geese on a huge tamarind tree in the jungle. The geese had made their tree their home because of its constant supply of tamarind. One day, a wise old goose noticed a tiny little creeper growing at the foot of the tamarind tree. "Let us get rid of that creeper," he told the other geese. "Someday it may be too big for us to destroy, and we will regret it." The other geese paid no attention to the wise old goose. They went about their usual business without a worry or a care. The creeper grew little by little. One day, the creeper had grown large enough and strong enough for a man to climb. The old goose warned them once again. "We must get rid of that creeper. If we do not, we will be sorry." The other geese still did not listen to him. One day, when they were out flying, a hunter came to the forest. He saw the tamarind tree and decided that it would be a good place to put his net. He went away, deciding to come back the next day. And so the hunter came the very next day and climbed up the tree with the help of the creeper. He set up his net on the tree and went away. When the birds came back to the tree, they flew right into it without noticing the net. Soon they were trapped under it. The birds began to squawk loudly. They flapped their wings about in panic. Only the wise old goose sat very still and quiet. "How can you be so calm?" asked one of the other geese. "I tried to tell you, that a day would come when we would regret not destroying the creeper. But no one listened, said the wise old bird. The others pleaded with him to help them escape. So he said, "When the hunter comes, lie down perfectly still. He will throw you down one by one, thinking that you are dead. After all of us have been thrown down, and before the hunter climbs down, we shall take flight together." When the hunter came, the birds lay perfectly still, pretending to be dead. He climbed the tree and threw them down one by one. As soon as the last bird had been flung to the ground, all of them took flight together. The hunter stood there, shocked at how he had been outwitted by the geese. All the geese were very grateful to the wise old goose. They had realized that they ought to solve problems before the problem grows too big to be solved. Please subscribe, and if you've enjoyed watching this video, please like us.